Oh, maswali haionekani. Pascal, kuna kitu umeweka hapo? Yes, I think they are well seen now.
Yeah, imetoka naona sasa.
Yes, Mr. Achoka. Who is responding to question 1B? Ama tumeanza kuingia baridi juu siku zimeenda.
Shauri.
Yeah.
Mambo ya baridi tu bana.
Hey boy, watu wamenyamaza almost 5 minutes now.
Watu wanafikiria.
And I see we are 27 here.
I can say,
yes.
I don't know if I'm right, but we can say that a teacher can decide to choose one of the many learner, those one who are well.
Do you know this lady?
Ogada shida nini tena?
Hivyo mnafahamu Joanne.
Ogada.
Ogada. Sorry.
Don't know the lady.
So this is what I was saying somewhere. Under inclusive, we have those learners maybe with low vision or those one who have some needs. So a teacher can choose one of the learners to help those one who maybe who have some hearing impaired or low vision to help them to complete their work. I don't know if I'm correct.
Nenda.
Kindly members, let's check our microphones. We have some noise from our background. Yes, Achoka, you were talking about. Kindly repeat your explanation.
So this is what I was saying.
Yeah.
And inclusive, we have those learners, for instance, those one with the hearing impairment. Maybe those one that the one that is not profound. So a teacher can find a learner to assist those learners, maybe with the hearing impairment, in terms of maybe reading, and also helping them to do some work, so that they can ensure that they are also part of the lesson.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Yes. That's how, like you will tell us later. I can also say the teacher can group the learners, can mix the learners, not grouping the regular learners alone and the learners with special needs alone. So you mix up, it a little direction. I don't know.
True.
Yes. I'm back, Shauri.
Okay, yes, this is Achoka.
I can tell you that a teacher can provide those materials that are more attractive to stimulate the learners during the lesson.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not marking these points. We are trying to discuss and get more points on it so that we can have something to write. Maybe in the question 1 next week. So right now we have 2 points. Anybody with another point?
Then another one, I don't know if I'm correct. Because we are basing on to promote interactive relationship.
Yes.
A teacher can also guide those regular learners, those one who are well, and inform them about those one who are needs, so that they can take them in a positive way. They don't run away from them, so that they cannot be stigmatized. So when they are informed about the way they are, those regular learners, there's a way that they'll help them, and there'll be a good relationship with them, and they'll interact well.
Yeah. So we may move on to part C of question 1. If there is no one with something to add on part B. Explain 5 reasons why the teaching of creative art. Sorry?
Which year are we revising?
2015.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So we are on question C. Explain 5 reasons why the teaching of creative arts to learners in ECD programs is important. Why do we teach creative arts?
It allows them to express themselves through drawing.
Sorry? We didn't get your point clearly.
It allows the learners to express themselves through drawing or painting.
Yes.
It just makes them enjoy and relax.
Sorry?
Enjoyment and relaxation.
Enjoyment and relaxation.
Helps them also improve the skills. The skill.
Yeah, yes, the skill. Mwanaulu.
Huh?
Salam alaikum.
I'm saying it also improves in Walaikum salam. It also improves them to it helps
You're
them to
breaking.
improve skills.
And even
Mwanaulu, you are
the
breaking.
development of fine motor skills.
I'm saying
Yes.
define motor skills.
Fine motor skills.
It improves their creative imagination.
Improves their
Creative imagination.
imagination. Yeah, creativity and imagination.
It develops talents.
Developing of talents. Anybody else? Eye-hand coordination. Alafu mjue kujitetea sasa marks.
It also improves the social skills, like turn taking, because when they are using those materials, they will have to use it.
Yes. So I think we have done much on that question. We can move on to question 2. If Pascal maybe is still not around. Pascal.
Mr. Shauri.
Yes, sir.
Just carry on.
Okay.
Madam Grace is joining us in a short while.
Okay, then you will notify us once she joins.
Okay.
Okay, question 2A, class, we explain that may lead to decline in prevalence of children with special needs in relation to HIV and AIDS. Maybe someone can give some light on which or the important areas that we should look at in this question. Maybe the verbs, how we can answer this question. because we have factors that lead to decline, then we have prevalence, and then we have in relation to HIV and AIDS. Maybe can someone give us some light on this?
Maswali mengi mengine iko na kizungu mwingi kama nini?
And there is a lot of noise today. People are not muting.
Who can translate that?
To reduce the HIV/AIDS in children with special needs.
So hakuna mwenye anaelewa hii swali.
Tunaelewa kidogo.
Sasa si mtusaidie na sisi tuelewe bwana.
Mi naona we are looking at that may lead to reduction. Yani vile tutapunguza hii ugonjwa kwa watoto wenye special needs. Hivyo ndivyo nimeielewa mimi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shauri privilege ni ile kama ile ambayo ni new.
Yeah, prevalence. The meaning of the word prevalence.
The new ones are incidences. Prevalences are the existing.
Both existing and new.
Maybe something like occurrence.
With total number.
Yeah. So how can we reduce? How can we reduce the number? The number of children with special needs in relation to HIV and AIDS?
Hello.
Hello.
Ingekuwa mimi namba 1 ningesema you offer guidance and counseling to parents so that before they decide to have a child, they go look for a gynecologist wafanyiwe testing. Alafu in relation to HIV and AIDS now, wakati mtu ako na mimba, a visit this postnatal whatever inaitwa postnatal ama ninafanyiwe testing, aone kama ako HIV positive ama negative ili asaidike.
Yeah, thank you. I think those are 2 points, huh?
Yeah.
Guidance and counseling and then testing.
Can you also talk of during birth? When someone is almost giving birth, you should make sure that you have gone to the hospital so that in case you are HIV positive, the child not get the disease. The doctors will take the precaution.
Yes, anyone else?
Can I try?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so for those children who are going to school, the school-going children, they should be sent to school. Yani, they should go to school to avoid cases of rape, to avoid abuse. Yes, which can also lead to infection of HIV.
Okay.
Samuel?
I did get her.
Yes.
Samuel.
Sikumpata vizuri.
Wefelimu kupata na.
Is this Pascal? I'm getting you. Hello.
Watu wajaribu kumute kwanza. Wanapiga kelele au tupate wengine.
Maybe Pascal can help us on this.
Okay, Samuel, just unmute yourself. I think I've muted everyone. And these people who are making noise, I think they should be removed from the class attendance so that they can come back again. Please let us not go that way. Let us observe the etiquette so that we do not interfere with the class. Carry on, Samuel.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Pascal, for intervening here. Now, we were talking about factors that may lead to declining the prevalence of children with special needs in relation to HIV and education. Sorry, HIV and AIDS. Now, we have talked about guidance and counseling. We have talked about testing. Then there was another point we've also talked about, I think, awareness, creating awareness to these children with special needs on how they can prevent themselves from getting HIV. If there is no any other person reacting to this question, we move on to question B.
Samuel, I have a point.
Yes, please.
Can you also talk of integration of topic in the curriculum, that topic of HIV, because there's so many ways on how HIV can be transmitted, and maybe through the drugs, and maybe you find that some of these children with the special, they may end up using drugs, and through drugs is also one way of infecting HIV. So when they integrate such topics in their curriculum and are being educated over it, they'll have that knowledge, and through that knowledge, it will also help to reduce that spread.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Vincent. Anyone else? Tuzifungie mtu nje. Question 2B. Identify 4 factors that hinder parental involvement.
What about sensitivity?
Yes, carry on.
Community,
Kindly come again, you are breaking. Okay. Question 2B, identify 4 factors that hinder parental involvement in the education of learners with special education needs. Factors hindering parental involvement.
Jaribu moja.
Yes, please.
Inadequate information given maybe to the parent, or inadequate information about special needs.
Yes.
Samuel too.
Can I try?
Ladies first. Achoka. Pole achoka bwana. Wacha tumsikize madam alafu ukuje. Amepotea kwa hewa. Carry on, achoka. Vincent.
Teacher.
Yes, please.
Ingine ni financial mothers. Maybe mzazi ana pesa yenye anaweza kujihusisha naye, naona ni costly kwake. So anaona tu mtoto akae tu bila yeye ni support, hata wesana naye. Naona kusaidia mtoto inahitaji pesa nyingi.
Another trial.
Yes.
Failure to accept the disability or the special need in the child by the parent.
Yeah. That can also be led by this negative attitude of the parents towards learners with special needs.
What about poverty?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try.
Yes.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, carry on. Who was trying?
Let me try.
Yes. Hello. Okay, if there's nobody adding anything on question 2B, we can move on to question C. Part C, describe 5 recommendations of Gashati reports, 1976 on special needs education. Gashati report. Anybody with an idea of the recommendations made by Gashati?
Nisikie ikifikia hapo ni Mungu tu.
Pascal.
All children should be taken to
Yes, Samuel.
Hii swali imekalia watu bwana.
watoto wetu ni wafundishwe. Special and special.
Will you give us some light on this? Maybe ukitaja ka point kamoja zingine zitafunguka zikuje.
Remember?
Yeah.
We are having variety of different educationists who gave their insights and recommendations as far as the education system is concerned. We find that Kenya as a country picked on a report that was given by this philosopher by the name Gashati. So part of what Gashati was looking at was on the development of a child from in the education system from the moment the child is admitted in school through all the way to the end of the primary cycle, which is considered to be spiral because of you are building a given concept from down there across the classes. For example, when you talk about the social studies, then you realize that that is the social studies. Then you realize that we will talk about the topic physical environment. We'll talk about the physical environment right from lower primary, and as you are getting up the ladder, the same topic you are talking about, but you are building on it in a larger scope. And Gashati also was looking at the progress of a child. Remember, we are having the ECDE centers, which Gashati was saying that the ECD centers should be attached to a primary school to enhance the easier transition of these children. Ametoka preschool, it gets to grade 1 within the same school as the child proceeds to the next class. Some will continue. I'm seeing Madam Grace is calling.
Okay, thank you, Pascal. You've shared some on this. Maybe we shall continue with the question after you resume.
Let me add something.
Yes, please.
He also recommended that the curriculum be revised so that to make it more practical in nature.
Yes. The floor is yours, madam. Okay, any addition? Anyone else with an addition? Okay, I think this question is becoming something like food for thought. Recommendations, yeah?
Tusome kwa module. Sisi tunasoma sasa hii tension ilishakuja.
Oh. Kama kwa module iachilie hewani tuisikie.
Aya, alirecommend moja ya kwamba you should enable children with disabilities to possess basic literacy equipments.
That's one.
Number 2, integrating equipments grant in regular school system for integrated learners. Number 3, integrating special equipment grant in regular school for early educational intervention. Aya ingine, establishment of pre-primary schools within special schools for early educational intervention. Namba yasoma ya mwisho. Situtagram baada. Creation of awareness on the part of public on the cause of disability with a view of facilitating prevention. Nanya nacheka hapo na naje tutagram. Ni kubaya.
Okay. Hapo sasa inabidi watu wakae ridho sasa. Hiyo ikikuja.
Ya recommendation hakuna kusoma kuelewa, hapa ni kujidanganya.
Hiyo ukikumbuka moja inatosha. Ama unahepa hiyo.
Tunaandika 3.
Okay, question 3A. 3A. Identify 4 ways a school may adapt the curriculum to accommodate learners who are gifted and talented. Adapting the curriculum. Hii tupita nayo haraka haraka tukienda question 3B.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we are not seeing that question.
Oh, you're not seeing the question. Pascal?
Yes. Samuel?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
Kuna mtu anasema lioni swali.
Anashangaa mimi nasoma.
Are you able to see the question?
Kwa screen kuna 1 and 2. And we are talking about question 3.
Question 3, Pascal. Display question 3.
Okay, question 3. Let me get to question number 3. Number 3 now. Samuel, even as you continue.
Yeah.
Let me notify the class that in our midst we have Madam Grace Kiare, and as was requested by most of us, that we get someone who can now help us to go through the terminologies when it comes to answering the essay questions.
Yes.
She is in our presence, or she is in to help us as we now go through these questions.
Yeah.
So Madam Grace, feel most welcome even as we continue.
Could she say something, say hi to us as we continue?
Yeah, she can, if she's in a position, Madam Grace. She can if you can hear us, can say hi. Okay, Samuel.
Yes, Pascal.
Pascal, I'll talk to you when I am in a position to, but I'm still reasoning.
All right.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. So, Samuel, let's just carry on. She's in our midst. She will help us to give directionality where necessary.
Okay, thank you. Madam Grace, you are most welcome. Members, let us continue. We are talking about question 3. Part A, identify 4 ways a school may adapt the curriculum to accommodate learners who are gifted and talented.
Enrichment of the curriculum, or the same curriculum can be accelerated. That is taught in less time than scheduled.
Madam, you have talked about acceleration.
Yeah, and enrichment.
Could you separate them?
Yeah, ziko kando. Hizo mbili haziwezi kuwa in the same sentence.
Maybe you can talk about enrichment, and then we talk about acceleration. How do we enrich the curriculum?
By providing more discipline or areas of learning which are not there in the regular curriculum.
Shauri.
Yes.
Acceleration. I think it's where you cover the work in a shorter time than the recommended one.
Yeah. So we now have 2 points here, acceleration and enrichment. Any other?
Also, ability grouping.
Ability grouping, expound on it.
You select the runners with their abilities together to work as a group.
It's talking about adapting the curriculum.
Someone was talking.
Sorry.
Yes.
So, let me ask, what about if you say, modify the time, I don't know what and what. Haiwezi hapo jamani.
Modifying time. What do you mean by modifying time?
Or not, or adding, adjusting the time, or improving the teaching learning strategies. Unaweza kuingia hapo kweli? During teaching learning like that.
It can work.
Yeah.
And as we are discussing, remember we are targeting specifically learners who are gifted and talented. And we assume they are in an inclusive class. Sinevo. Watu wameenda ndani ya maji.
Tupo.
There's no other way we can adapt the curriculum to accommodate learners who are cheating.
What about giving them more?
Madam, you are breaking. Anyone else as we wait for her to come back?
Shauri,
Yes, please.
how I understand with this question,
Yeah.
adapting it's like having changing or modifying the curriculum to suit the gifted and talented. And for me, I would say adding more materials. For example, encyclopedias that will give more challenging work to these learners. Having in mind, they complete the work given. Maybe if they're in an inclusive class, they're going to finish the work very fast, but you will have other materials that are going to give more work to them. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd also like to talk about adapting the evaluation procedures, because these are learners who are way ahead of the rest, and so they can't be evaluated in the same way as the others. So we adapt, or we change the way we evaluate them.
Yeah. I think we can also adjust or adapt the teaching strategies. We can cater for these learners with who are gifted and talented. The teaching strategies. There's some noise from background. Sijui nani ame-unmute na ni kama haja concentrate kwa class. Anybody else talking about question 3A? Question 3B. Question 3B. We have been asked to describe 3 reading difficulties manifested by learners with specific learning difficulties. Reading difficulties.
Number 1.
Yes.
I think is the combination of letters or vowels.
Sorry?
Speaking of vowels.
Yeah, describe. I've been told to describe.
Shauri.
Yes.
Number 1, we have articulation. This is a problem of pronunciation, and it is whereby the learner may skip a letter, may also add a letter. Yes.
Niulize hivi tu ile ya kusema dyslexia, dysgraphia na dyscalculia.
Yes, someone is asking, hizi ndio zile za dyslexia, sijui na dyscalculia na vile
hizo vitu ilikuwa reading difficulties ya watoto wa specific learning difficulties. Hii nilisikia kwa second intake.
Zinafanana na hizo?
Nafikiri vitu kama hizo.
Si tuliambiwa
Maybe we can talk about the coding.
Msielewi, hakuna mwenye anasaidia sasa.
Hello.
These are reading difficulties. Nani koreti.
Hello.
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 How are you?
Fine.
We are
thank you.
fine.
I think now I'm okay.
Yes, madam.
Yes, now I'm okay. Sorry for the inconveniences. Yeah, niko kazi nje na sikuwa nikijua nitaenda nje when we talked with you yesterday. So that is why it was not possible. When you called me, I was still in a meeting.
Okay.
I don't know the program that you have for tomorrow evening. Yes?
Tomorrow evening, Madam Grace, we will still have our revisions running online.
Oh, you have your revision running online?
Though most of us will have gone to the various centers. But I think I have received confirmation from most of the members from these different centers, and they will wish that we have the online. So watakuwa wanakusanyika tu kwenye wako.
Kwa hivyo tutakusanyika vile kule tutakuwa?
Most likely. Yeah.
So I don't know whether we start today the literal weekend.
Yes.
Pending waiting tomorrow, we finish up what we have started.
Sure.
And because now I am using my BADOS as I'm still trying to enter using the Wi-Fi I've been given. So I'm not yet at home, so but it will be okay. So where do we start? Hello.
Shauri.
Hello.
Shauri Samuel.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, madam.
Yes, I was trying to ask where are you so that we start off.
We can start from 3A.
Yes.
3A.
3 phase. Where?
3 part A.
Oh, 3 part A.
Yeah.
Can somebody read the question?
Identify 4 ways a school may adapt the curriculum to accommodate learners who are gifted and talented.
So in that question, exactly what was because I did not get what you people you wanted me to do with the questions. Yes. Hello. Hello.
Hello, madam. We are getting you. Hello.
Yes. Okay. You wanted to know how to approach the questions, or what was the major thing that is there? I know everyone has read. I know mmesoma sana, and I know each and everyone has got. It's only that now when it comes to forgetting, you can forget. But I know if on Tuesday you will be able to remember most of the things or all the things that you have learned. But the major problem comes in when it comes to presentation of the answers. Actually, the students have the answers, but when it comes to presenting them, that is where the problems is. And I always say that the verb, the doing word in every question determines the marks that is going to be awarded. If I look at that question that is there, identify is 1 mark. So in what category is identify? Identify is where you have other terms like highlight, mention, state, give, list, name. That is where you have those words. So in where you have a question with those terms, the doing word, the mark, each point is 1 mark. Then why is it 1 mark? Because of the type of answer that you give. So, and it is very important before you come to that doing word, the first and very important thing is, first you understand the question. Are you getting me?
Yes, we are getting you.
Yes,
Yes.
First you understand the question. After you understand the question, that is when you ask yourself, what am I supposed to do with the answers? The answers you can be told to identify, describe, mention, highlight, discuss, propose. So this key word, this key verb, I would wish you tackle it the last minute, the last item in your question, after you have seen that you can answer that question. Because if you have listed your answers, it is possible now to do what you have been asked by the examiner. For example, if you look at this first question, identify 4 ways a teacher may adapt the curriculum to accommodate learners who are gifted and talented. One of the major things about this question, and every other question, is to identify the key words. The key words or phrases are very important because they determine whether you have the answers or not. If you have a question and you have not gotten the key phrase, you will not be able to answer that question correctly. And that is why you find that the students fumble with the answers, because they did not get exactly what was required of them. Therefore, it is very important first we identify, and that is every question, you identify the key phrases. For example, in this question, the key phrase is gifted and talented. Are we together? If you remove that key phrase, you will not, the question is not complete. And then, so the gifted and talented is going to, every answer is going to revolve that. And that is a very important key phrase, and we call them key phrase. Phrase, P-H-R-A-C-E-S-E. And the question is identifying ways a school may adapt the curriculum in order to accommodate learners who are gifted and talented. The other key statement, the key or key phrase that is there is adapt. Adapt what? The curriculum. To suit who? Learners who are gifted and talented. And who is to adapt this curriculum? A school. So in this question, there is the curriculum for gifted and talented, and this there is a curriculum, general curriculum, but this curriculum tends not to accommodate learners who are gifted and talented. Therefore, the curriculum has to be adapted. So what is the other synonym of adapting? Class?
Changing.
Yeah?
To change.
Changing. Yes,
To
changing.
Yeah.
Modify. Yes. Changing, modify. Adapting is to suit learners who are gifted and talented. And we are saying it is the school, the curriculum is there for all learners, but this curriculum is not suiting learners who are gifted and talented. And therefore the school have decided to change or to modify this curriculum. And then the question is asking, what are the ways the school can modify this curriculum or adapt this curriculum? And then when you get those answers, you are not told to describe. You are not told to discuss. You are just told to identify. Therefore, it is like you give a learner activities and you tell them, I always assorted things, and you tell them, I want you to identify all the items that are blue in color. So when you identify, you are picking out. So this question is telling you to pick out 4 ways a school may adapt curriculum in order to accommodate. Another synonym is, what is the other synonym of accommodate?
To suit.
To suit.
To include.
Yeah.
To contain.
Yes.
To fit.
Yes.
To include.
To include. So, and it is very important. So therefore, what do you think is the one of the ways? Yes.
Curriculum enrichment.
Is enriching the
curriculum.
How do you enrich the curriculum?
By providing more materials.
By providing more materials to accommodate learners who are gifted and talented. Enriching the curriculum by, for example, adding more materials to accommodate learners who are gifted and talented. That answer is super because it has reminded the examinee that you are dealing with learners who are gifted and talented. Remember, relating your answers to the question is very important. Because some of you would say, enrich the curriculum, and you move on. Then, when you say about enriching the curriculum, remember that is an answer that is left, that is not caged. An answer that is not protected. An answer that can be thrown anywhere. Therefore, you need to bring it to suit the question. Some of you just like, for example, you can be told, identify the factors that lead to this, and you say one word, unborn, diseases. Those are not factors until you relate that answer to the question. That is when it becomes an answer. Am I communicating?
Yes.
Very well.
So you must relate your answer to the question, because this question is specific. Enriching the curriculum, remember, enriching curriculum can even be enriched even to accommodate learners who are mentally handicapped. Ni ukweli. The curriculum can be enriched to accommodate learners who have got visual impairment. Ni ukweli. Is it true?
Yes.
Yes. So that is why we need to relate our answers to show that we know. To show that we know. So identify is a term that you don't need to write a paragraph. And when you are organizing your work, the examiner has told you identify 4. So examiner akija hataenda kutafuta those 4. Atakuta umezileta zote, zinaonekana. zote zinaonekana conspicuously coming out. Therefore, it is very important to every point to be on its own line until you have the 4. Each point to be on its own line. Start your point on a fresh line so that the examiner does not look for your point. It's like when you are going to looking for your point in the bush. Can we go to question B?
Madam, I have a question.
Yes.
When you are identifying, do you give your answer in point form like 1, 2, 3, 4?
You don't number your work. But what you don't number your work.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't number your work.
Can you hyphen them, the work?
You can hyphen them. Yes. You can hyphen, but you don't number your work. Tuko sawa?
Na ile ya kuweka usako kitu kama kasako hivi.
Kasako. It depends how you put your work. Do you have even time to write the circle?
Teacher, tunaekanga tu kadogo shuka round kadogo.
You know, some of you amuses me so much. Because you have time even to write a circle. You have and also the other thing that is there, especially if that question you have been told to describe. And some of you might not be having the word enriching the curriculum. You might not be having, but you know, to make the curriculum accommodate learners with special needs, the curriculum, the school might decide to add more things or more activities in order for the learners who are gifted and talented to participate or to continue working on. But in your mind, you did not have the vocabulary enrich the curriculum. Therefore, it is very important. Kuna wale wamezoea, if you get the points, you underline your points. Underline your points only when you know they are correct and they must be correct and you are able to explain or to describe them. If you are not, don't underline the work. Yes? Tuko sawa?
Noted. Yes.
Why?
Yes, yes.
Yes?
We are madam. Let us continue.
Are you okay?
Yeah, Fidel.
Yes.
So we can continue. Yes?
Madam, excuse me.
Yes. Yes.
In this question whereby we are saying, because I know I'm one of them, like you know the words that you might change the curriculum so that you do this and this, but you've forgotten the word enrichment. Please come again. How do you put?
Therefore, that
Because
is what I don't advise the student to do underline their work. Because you might not be having, or you might, but when you are explaining, you are told to explain, in the process of explanation, you are talking of enrichment, but you're using different words. Are we together? But you are meaning the same. So you only underline when you are very sure, but you might be having the ideas, but you don't know those words.
Hey, Ansel, please mute yourself.
Oh.
Ansel. We can carry on, madam.
Yes.
We can carry on.
So when it comes to that, so that is what I did. There are sometimes the question can come, for example, if it is a child growth and development, maybe the teacher, the question has come as I'm taking for an example of that one. Describe the factors that affect that cause disability during the prenatal. And that question, I find many students mishandling it. Diseases, X-ray, those are words. It is good to come up with your answer very clearly, that even if that answer falls down and it gets scattered, it can be picked by somebody na irudishe pale inatakiwa iwe. So that is what I wanted to explain.
Tujibu aje, madam?
Yes.
Like that one of prenatal factors, they like asking it. Now, how should you put it?
The
Because
prenatal factors.
Heredity, like that, and we go on.
You know, yes, that's what the question is. So when you are told, you have to relate your answer to the question. For example, maybe you write a good example, diseases that can affect the pregnant mother. For example, German measles that can affect the unborn, causing disability. Are we together? One thing about the character, the one quality of the answer is telling us the diseases are affecting the mother. Are we together? And they are saying the diseases will affect the unborn. So it is very important to have all that. Tuko pamoja? O niko peke yangu?
Uko peke yako, tutatumia mfano kama x-ray.
Yeah?
Yeah, x-ray ndio tuone vile tunaweza fix zingine.
What do you think about that? Okay, let me start with you. What do you think about X-ray?
Whereby when the expectant mothers undergo X-ray within the first 3 months, it can easily damage the fetus, not the fetus, the baby in the womb.
Yes. What is X-ray?
Mambo ya ile ya kutoa wengine wasaidia.
Radiation.
When the baby is exposed to maybe radiation, these radiations can affect the baby in malformation of some parts, maybe the limbs, the arms. Yeah, so mostly it's about that when the child is growing, that malformation may happen. That's why it may cause physical disability.
Yeah, it can cause disabilities. Yes, that is very good. Can you hear? He has tried to connect his answers. Even if you meet that answer flying on the road, you can be able to place it to that question. Are we together? So you give the relevance to your answers. Give your answer, your question, the answers you make them relevant. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Can we continue tomorrow, please, if you don't mind?
There's no problem, madam. We are grateful to...
Yes.
Let's continue.
Yeah,
Pascal?
and also maybe Monday can be around. I don't know. Let me not commit myself. But tomorrow, let us discuss online.
Hello, madam.
Yes.
May I ask you, there is one question which has been disturbing me.
Yeah, let never disturb you again from today, because it will come.
There was types of modeling. What are the types of modeling?
In relation to what?
Okay, the answer was asking.
Yeah.
Name 5 types of modeling according to psychology.
Here.
Yeah.
What did the other student give you? Or what did you have in mind?
While we are discussing,
Mm-hmm.
Mostly we saw the other meaning of modeling, of which there were vicarious, imitation, while other groups were saying other, for example, individual model, group model. Yeah.
And it was, the question was asking the types of modeling in psychology.
Yeah.
And wewe nyinyi mulikuwa na gani?
Si tulikuwa na kama vicarious, imitation, but okay, we didn't have the correct, maybe a correct answer that we can channel to that question, and we say this is the correct answer. Yeah.
And was it telling you to discuss?
No, it was just mentioning.
Mentioning.
Yeah.
Unless I look the exact things for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you out tomorrow. Who is it?
Amos.
Amos, get my number.
Yeah.
So that you WhatsApp me the question.
It's okay.
Yeah.
07.
Or you want me to give it out in public?
Okay. Maybe I pick from Pascal.
Yeah.
Madam.
Yes.
Under the same modeling, I saw one say, describe 5 types of modeling applied by a teacher in the learning process.
Yes.
Describe 5 types of modeling applied by a teacher in the learning process.
Yeah. Because I'm exiting in a minute. Why don't you combine that question with the one with the Amos, please? Because I'm exiting. Credit yangu ndio inaniambia imeisha, and I am trying to connect to get the Wi-Fi.
Thank you.
Okay, it is noted, Madam Grace. We are happy to have you. Let's meet again tomorrow as from 8 p.m. Okay. With that in mind, class, I want us to carry on. It is very unfortunate when we are forced to remove somebody from class because there was an interruption. Because there was an interruption from their side into the classroom. So let us try to keep ourselves from the interruptions. And I think we are soldiering on very well. Samuel, did you disappear somewhere, or you are here? Oh, you are here. I can see. Samuel. All right. Now we have looked at question 3A. We have looked at question 3A. And now I want us to look at question 3B on the reading difficulties that are manifested by learners with specific learning difficulties. So can we give responses towards this?
Pascal, let me try.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Omitting some letters or some words while reading.
omitting some letters or some words while reading. Remember, it is all about describe. But if you have the point from there, then now you can give us the, or you can say that learners with the specific difficulties most of the times omit some words or letters while reading. Remember, you are giving a description of these reading difficulties that may be manifested by such learners. So thank you very much. Someone else?
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Somebody was talking.
I'm
Phildema?
talking.
Oh, yes. Carry on then, Phildema. Yes. Carry on.
Pascal.
Yes.
Before she comes back, kindly let me seek clarification. Now that we are describing, after you have said some learners omit some letters when they are reading, am I supposed to give an example now that I'm describing?
You can, yes, you can.
Okay.
Pascal?
Yes, yes.
It is not you can, it is a must.
Thank you.
Pascal.
Yes.
Si mtu anisaidie nijue ile vitu zinaitwa describe na nini ni nini hizo.
Yeah, this what?
Describe, dyscalculia na dyslexia.
Correct. Wacha tumalizane na hii nitakusaidia. Mr. Pascal.
Ndani WhatsApp.
Hata tutasema hapa tutusaidie wengine. Mr. Pascal.
Let's carry on. Somebody to help her.
Okay. We are told to describe 3 reading difficulties manifested by learners with specific learning difficulties. And we talked about only 3 types of these reading difficulties. That is articulation difficulties, fluency difficulties, and voice difficulties. Now, if I talk of omission and again I talk of substitution, will I not be rotating on only one type? Because all those are under articulation.
Hiyo yote yenye unasema ni articulation madam. Hapo nimeelewa, najua hizo.
Ndio sasa na
substitution na omission.
If I say learners with reading difficulties, they omit letters when reading. For example, instead of saying sit, the learners say eat. That is one point there. Then I go ahead and say learners with reading difficulties substitute letters when reading. For example, instead of saying sit, the learner says kit, whereby now the learner has substituted F with T. So that is what I am asking. Am I correct that way? Ama nitaambiwa na rotate tu kwa articulation. Hivyo ndivyo nilikuwa nauliza.
Question to the class, a good question to the class. Can we give our insights on the same? Somebody?
Pascal.
Yes.
In my opinion, substitution and omission are 2 different things. Huh? But instead of rotating on articulation, you can as well add other reading difficulties. For example, a learner may decide to read from right to left. Then we have another one, reading through mastery. Yeah? As in, Alana had read another story, and then here comes, read the same story, the way she had it being read, read the same way. For example, they know a story starts with once upon a time, and this story is starting with a description, the what, so and so. Then they read from mastery, from what they know, once upon a time.
Yes.
Yeah, that is my opinion.
The learner may skip some words while reading the passage.
The skipping of some words while reading.
Pascal.
Yes.
How about when instead of kama P anaona ni kama leta ingine B? How do we explain that point?
Is it the inversion?
Hiyo inversion.
Inversion or word mirror.
Yes, where now the learner look at letter P, and to him or her that is 9.
Yes.
That is the inversion of the letters. Now that means that the learner has poor mastery of the letter shapes and even the sounds.
Pascal.
Yes.
But when you talk about the inversion, you see writing difficulties.
It can apply to both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember, there is the aspect of writing and the aspect of reading. But in now, the learner now is reading for you letter P as 9 and 9 as P. That is when it comes to reading. But it can also apply to the writing, where now the learner will try to exchange for you letter B and letter D, P and 9, you know. So this could appear, it could appear on both sides, writing and even reading.
Lazima uende.
So let's look at question 3C as the last question. Explain the benefits of breastfeeding in relations to disabilities.
Can we talk about the immune boost the immune system of the child?
So remember, now we are explaining, so you can now give us the explanation aspect of that, please.
Let me try. When we talk about it boosting the immunity of the child, hiyo inafanya mtoto the diseases hazishiki mtoto very fast. I don't know if I'm right.
So it builds the immunity that is able to fight against the diseases. All right, thank you. Another person?
It has all the nutrients the baby needs.
That's all the nutrients that the baby needs.
Can we put here whereby we can say it creates strong bonds between the mother and the child?
That is the.
Pascal.
Yes.
Remember, in relation to disability.
Yes. If we ask just the importance of the breastfeeding alone, we will have picked that as a very strong point. But now, in relation to disability.
Yeah, but about what she has said about that strong bond. Remember, there are children who are neglected, and this is that one can also be grouped there. If they don't feel that love, then those are the social psychopaths we are having in the society, because there was no bonding, there was nothing, there was no love from the parents.
So that point means it can apply both in towards the in relation to disability also, right?
Yes, like EBD.
Sure. Maybe one more person, if there is.
Pascal,
Yes.
kindly clarify on that. Disability.
Yes. Remember what
The word is disability.
Yes, what we are talking about here. Remember that children with disability, they also need the motherly attention. And the aspect of the parental love towards these children is very key. So in as much as we are talking about, the breastfeeding, but there is a connection between the mother and the child. How is the child bonding with the mother? And how is it related to the disability? We are relating it to disability where now you have given birth to a child who is having a disability, but as a mother, as the child is growing, then the child is able to bond with the mother well. So that takes away, we have a good example of this, the so-called the social psychophants. They care less about any humanity within the society, maybe because they were neglected, they did not get the opportunity of growing on the hands of their parents to learn that there is the parental love towards them.
Pascal?
Yes.
Got it, thank you.
When you're talking about that bondage, do you remember this psychoanalytic theory where the first one is oral stage?
Yes, yes, yes.
So you could connect that theory while explaining this question, because when this learner is satisfied while sucking the teats of that mother. Unanipata?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Yeah, so that bondage, that bond between the child and the mother, you can explain in that perspective.
Oh, I'm getting you, Amos. Where now remember that we are having that is the stages under the psychoanalytic theory, and we have the oral, we have the anal. Under the oral, the child gets satisfaction just through the mouth, and part of that process could be also breastfeeding, where now the child gets the satisfaction through the mouth, through sucking the breast. All right. I want us to stop there. It is already 7 minutes past 9:30, and tomorrow we will try as much as possible to also take us. We'll also try to go through this, but we'll also try to look at the course outline in relation to introduction to special needs education. That is 9101/101, so that we also know what is expected of us. And I know that majority will be traveling to their centers tomorrow. We still want to wish you the best. And I'm just reminded here by Edwin about our subscription. So far I've gotten subscription from 3 people, and I'm just looking at 7th. 7th is 5 days away from now. We need to do the subscription to keep the upcoming class running, or the Zoom running. Remember, after our face-to-face, after the examination, when we come back, we will continue without wasting any time. So on date 12, as it was said, date 12, we are getting to the second year's work, and we will be able to give you the the breakdown on how we are going to handle our classes and which areas are we going to begin with. That is both inclusive and the LD running their classes at the same time. We'll also let you know who are going to be the facilitators for the LD class and also even in the inclusive class. So we are asking of you that we keep this program rolling. We are not very far away from the final NEC exam, which is coming somewhere in the month of April. So we do not have time completely. Otherwise,